And now we like to keep an eye on where the money goes. This is That's Rich.
Who are they?
The top 0.1%.
What are they like?
These people are so posh and snobby, they're snotty.
That's Rich on the Mark Thompson Show.
Two unlikely cities are California's hottest spots for home buyers, according to a new report. And the cities may surprise you. The Bay Area housing market has slowed considerably this year, it's pointed out, especially compared with almost 3 years of a pandemic-fueled frenzy. But high interest rates, low inventory have made affordability plummet. And
There's never been anything like this.
Yeah, and the hottest zip codes will surprise you, I think. Livermore, 94550, that's kind of in the East Bay of San Francisco, used to be on the Realtors annual ranking of the hottest zip codes. Now it's 44th. The median price in Livermore, now this is interesting. Well, the median price in Livermore, do you think it's quizzable, or do you want to just me to tell you?
Oh,
I could go either way today.
Just
tell you. 1.4 million.
In
So
Livermore?
It's not exactly affordable. Right.
It's a
It
cute
was
town.
the highest median home price that appeared on the list, but homes got more than double that and spent less time in the market. Bakersfield was the only other California market on this list, landing at number 24. It had a median list price of $340,000. Much more affordable, more, But all of the top 10 zip codes for 2023 were in the Northeast and Midwest regions of the United States.
Where these are the zip codes where people are buying homes most often?
Right, where they, exactly,
Yeah.
the hottest for home buyers.
I'm surprised Livermore even made the list because that's not cheap and it's really hot there.
Yeah.
It's a great town, great school system, whatever, but it's 1.4 million. You could take that and buy something in a place that's a little cooler.
Well, you could buy 4 places in Bakersfield.
Yeah.
And
that's not much cooler.
That's
I'm
not
just saying.
cooler, but it's true. I mean, a much less intense price tag. But the only California market to crack the top 50 in 2022 was Eureka. Took the 28th spot.
Oh.
$484,000 was the median price in Eureka.
Right on the coast.
But this
cool,
year they're
the
not.
fog.
And this year they dropped off the list completely. So it's just Livermore and Bakersfield that made that.
John Watson says Livermore has a lot of tech jobs working out at the Lawrence Livermore National Lab.
Oh.
Yeah.
There is a move among Silicon Valley elite, which means they've got a couple of dollars, to build their own city. Yeah. Leave the humdrum, hoi polloi, riffraff behind and build your own city.
What?
A mystery company has spent $800 million in an effort to buy thousands of acres of San Francisco Bay Area land. The people behind the deals are said to be a who's who of the tech industry. Billionaire venture capitalist who gets together with others who are in that world. Guy named Michael Moritz. He sees an opportunity, a chance to invest. And again, remember, he's a venture capitalist, so he's used to investing in things. Invest in a new creation, a new city in a part of the San Francisco Bay Area where land was cheap. So he and others, they had dreams of transforming tens of thousands of acres into a bustling metropolis that, again, according to the pitch that Moritz was doing, could generate thousands of jobs and be as walkable as Paris or the West Village in New York. He painted a kind of urban blank slate, they say, where everything from design to construction methods and new forms of governance could be rethought. and it would be a short distance from San Francisco and Silicon Valley. Since that original pitch, a company called Flannery Associates has been buying large plots of land in a largely agricultural region 60 miles northeast of San Francisco. The company has little information that's public about its operations, but they have $800 million that they've used to secure thousands of acres of farmland, one parcel after another. They've bought it up from one landowner after another. And they buy it up whether or not the landowners are selling it. In other words, they go and they go, hey, we want your land. Tell us what it's going to take to make this deal. The purchases by this company that no one in the area had heard of and whose business was a mystery have become the subject of heavy speculation. And now they think, is this Chinese money? Is it what's going on here?
Well, the worry was because they were buying right up to the fence line at Travis Air Force Base. You know, that's a military installation. You don't know. You want to know who your neighbors are going to be at that point. What are they watching? Are they spying on us? What are they doing?
Well, maybe you'll like to know then that the investors whose identities had not been previously known, leading to the speculation that Kim's talking about, include Moritz, that I mentioned, Michael Moritz, Reid Hoffman, the LinkedIn co-founder, Mark Andreessen, and Chris Dixon, investors in the Andreessen Horowitz venture capital firm, Patrick and John Collison, the sibling co-founders of the payments company Stripe, Lorene Powell Jobs, founder of the Emerson Collective, and Nat Friedman and Daniel Gross, entrepreneurs turned investors. And Andreessen Horowitz is also a backer. It's not clear how much everybody's invested out of all that crew. But the group is made up, they say, of, quote, Californians who believe that Solano County and California's best days are ahead. And the group plans to start working with Solano County residents and elected officials, as well as, Kim, Travis Air Force Base, to work this all out. So this practical need for more space has turned into this vision of a new city. And these guys who are used to building things from scratch, right? They're used to, hey, I've got an idea. We'll put it up on Y Combinator. We'll get a lot of venture cap money. And before you know it, bop, 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 we got a new app. We've got a new whatever. Now they're saying, you know, bop, 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 we've got a new city with its own governance and its own vibe, our people.
Don't you love how they did this? They bought all the land. You know, they didn't have the right zoning. They don't have any of the right permissions, but they're like, we're just going to make it happen. We're just going to go in there. We're just going to do it. Deidre says apparently another developer tried this in the 90s and was shut down. And she also writes the city of Fairfield has said they don't have water for this new city. They don't have enough. So, no.
Well, these guys have a lot of money. They'll throw money at any problem, and they'll throw money at any challenge, is my guess. I mean, a lot of this land is not zoned for residential use right now. Again, they don't have the approvals, as you suggested. But I'll remind you, and I kind of just have, but let me just underscore it. These guys come from the Ubers of the world, okay, which didn't have approval to go into New Delhi, but they just crash landed on New Delhi or London or New York. And they said, hey, we've got this thing. It's an app. It's Uber. Everybody's driving. And before you, and we'll work out the details later. And that's kind of what happened. The thing got so much momentum that you ended up with various transportation agencies in all those cities I just mentioned going, okay, well, wait a minute. We need to have some way to regulate this. And in some cases, I think India among them, they threw Uber out. But in the rest of those places, they kind of just worked their own deals and the water sought its own level. So they're used to, my point is, being cowboys, being rebels, going in, we'll work it all out. So why would you build a city next to a military airport? Yeah, that does seem like a stretch to me. But they're going to have to get Solano County residents to vote on this. And then voters have to be enticed by the promise of local jobs increased tax revenue, investments in infrastructure like parks, like art centers, shopping, dining, trade schools. All that money, is what I was saying before, will perhaps help soften a public that might be dug in against it, you know. So this continues. We'll keep you posted. It's a big move. It seems like a big ask, but you never know. And that's Rich for today.
More on how the other half lives
These people aren't just rich, they're crazy rich.
next time on The Mark Thompson Show.
Hi, it's Mark, and I thought that was great. Hit the notification bell. You'll know whenever there's a new video being dropped, and please subscribe to our channel to help us save the universe.